Hi, welcome to the channel. My name's Pete. On this series we're covering the Halifax High Line, and I am on the site of St Paul's Railway Station, Halifax, or what used to be. Now you notice these behind me there, and they stop here. I'll turn the camera around and I'll tell you a little bit about this place, and I'll show you what that was. So I have got permission to be here. I'd like to thank the gentleman who's let me on to film this. So this is the site of St Paul's Railway Station, also known as Halifax St Paul's. This served this area around here where we are now. Now that wall is an original feature, and where I'm stood would have been the walk down to the station. There is a photograph taken from around here which I will put up for you. Now this railway station originally opened in September 1890 and it was closed on the 1st of January 1917 and it ceased to operate. Now there's literally nothing left, it's all demolished, built on, all been demolished again and built on again. I did read that there was a car showroom here at one time, but that's gone, and this is all now called the Broadway Shopping Centre with some industrial units as well. But here, right there where that stops there, this would have come this way and that would have been St Paul's Station. Now we've had a look up there and you can see where that ends, and if we just go around a little bit here we can see some stonework sticking out. I don't know if you can get that. There is some stonework there and a bit of rubble poking out the wall, and that is where the station was. Now this station had a number of sidings, it had 2 platforms, and it also had a turntable, and I will go somewhere and show you what's left, and there are some shots of the platform. Bearing in mind this was the station here, so the platform was at the other side of this building. This building's partly on where it would have been, and it has been backfilled a little bit as well. So there are some shots going this way and we will go there next. The station was over there behind this wall. This wall is an original feature. Whilst that wall has been repaired a bit there and built up there, this is more or less the original station access, and we've got original walling going round there. Now it has all been infilled because it was below that level, and we'll get around the back of these buildings and we'll show you what's left. Here we are around the back. The original railway walling right up there. The retaining wall has been replaced down here, and the platforms were here. More or less I'm stood at the end of the platform. There are a couple of photographs taken from around where I am, and I'll put those in so you can just see how much it has changed. As you can see, it's completely redeveloped. Lines will have gone off that way. This way would have been sidings, and then when we get that way there would have been a turntable on the right and then a bridge, and we will head towards that bridge after here. So where we just were was over near that church steeple that you can see, just this side of it. Now all these roofs here, all them are new builds. I say new builds, they look like 1970s buildings. And this hedge here follows the line of the railway. Now approximately where that end house is where the turntable was. And then as we go this way, that house that you can see there is on the actual track bed, and it backs onto a bridge, which is where we're heading. So we've just come from there. This is Hopwood Lane Bridge. We can see the steel work is still here, the bridge is still here underneath. But we can't get underneath because access is through them gardens. I might be able to get a better shot of it from that side, in that car park there. Now it's better to ask forgiveness than permission because there's no one there. So we'll go over this side. Now there did used to be a footpath here that's boarded up, and that used to go to a mill. There, that used to be a public footpath. I don't know if we can see anything of that bridge from here. I think it's more than likely we need to get in that car park. So here I am in that car park at the other side of that bridge. This side is filled in. And I don't know if it's completely filled in because I can't access the other side. But this used to be a cut-in. And it would head off that way. Right through where that tank is, right through where them new builds are. Over to another bridge. Now St Pellon Station opened in 1890 and it didn't have many passengers, and it was originally opened as the Halifax High Level Railway, which I do find rather ironic because most of it is in a cut-in. And then pre-grouping it was the Lancashire and Yorkshire, Great Northern, London Midland and Scottish, and then London Railway and North Eastern Railway. Oh, it didn't have many passengers on, and in 1910 there were 11 departures from St Paul's, Monday to Fridays, and 12 on Saturdays and 5 on Sundays. Most of that would have been industry, not passengers. Now what you can see here is an old mill, and the railway line would have come right through here, through that direction there, and then we'll catch up with it with another bridge at that side. Now I've been cheeky, I've come and asked at the properties to check out the other side of that railway bridge. Ooh, I'm out of puff. I can confirm it's mostly filled in, mostly. They tell me there are foxes living in here, so I don't want to alarm them. But I'll turn the camera around and I'll show you what you can see. Where I'm stood is on the track bed. Now this is what we can see. Steel girder bridge, mostly filled in. Concrete plinth at that side. It's just a lot of rubbish in there, isn't it? You can see a little bit more here, in there. You can see it's got a steel support there, and I've got no idea what this shape here was for. Let's have a look. It goes a fair way in, looks a bit sooty under there as well. I wish I'd brought my torch, could maybe got in a bit further. We can see that there. This is a support, because then when we get to this side, you can also see there's access here for another line. It's definitely wide enough for another line. And this is all the backfill that we've got. Got a conker tree in the way. I'll just try and get through it. Yeah. Don't worry, it's not just me that does this, it's all YouTubers that put up with that sort of thing. As you can see, it has been used as a bit of a dumping ground. and we've got our stone side supports here. This is probably about what we can see. This is the other side with our girder support in there, and that's that railway bridge. I hope you've enjoyed that quick look. We'll move along to the next railway bridge and see what's left of that. Now, just before I leave this railway bridge, there is a photograph taken from that way in front of me, quite high up, and it's got this bridge in shot, so look for that. It's got the turntable in and a bit of the platform. I think there's a tiny bit of station in it as well, so I'll insert that here now. You can look at that while I go over to the next bridge. Now I'm at the next bridge, which is on either Gibbet or Gibbet Street. The line would have come left to that chimney, and here is the next bridge. Interestingly enough, it's got manhole covers on it. Now, it has been completely filled in, and it would have gone to a cut-in on either side of this bridge, and this is what we have left, the parapet wall on either side. Now, if we look over it, as you can see, there's a big mound of dirt there. It's quite literally been filled in on both sides. So our bridge clearly seen here, and at that side there, filled in, but we have got a public footpath here. I'm going to walk up there a little bit and I'll show you what's left of the line up there. So our bridge is there. The railway line would have come across here. This would have all been a deep cut-in, and we still have an embankment wall down here. That direction is over to the next railway station, which is Pellon Station, and that way is St Paul's, where we've just been. The line is a little bit over 3 miles. It's got loads of bridges. It's got 2 major engineering achievements, which we will be filming. In the meantime, we'll carry on. Just go up to the next bridge until we go up to Pellon Station. We'll see what remains. I'm afraid, excuse the traffic, we are here on Hanson Lane. It's getting busy in the day now. Now you can see the change in brickwork there. That's our railway bridge. Now this railway bridge is on Hanson Lane and goes across to where the angle is there. So we're now going over at an angle. This would have all been a deep cut-in again. Now the bridge is filled in, and these houses are built on what was once the track bed. The parapet walls are a clue to what was once here. And then what we'll do is we'll get across the road there, just waiting for this car to pass. And you can see the angle on this bridge and the size that we're going at. Now over this side we can actually walk to. It is filled in and it has been reutilised, the land, but we can see the other side of the bridge, which is here. This tree is growing in it. This is the track bed here, and it would have been probably from about there to somewhere here, 2 lines coming through. Now the St Paul station is that way. Our next station is not too far away, and same with our next bridge. Our next bridge is just there. This one behind me that we've just been looking at is completely stone, and the other one there looks like it's got an iron top. And then just beyond there we will be arriving at our next railway station. So we'll get over to that bridge. And here we are on Batterson Road with our next bridge. You can see the stonework there. This is our iron sidings for the bridge, not sidings for trains. And that is our track bed, completely filled in. I can't get access to it to see what this side's like, but we can see it's very well filled in. Now the bridge goes across at an angle, and that's our other side there. Although it closed to passengers in 1917, it did stay open until 1960 for goods, and it did actually die its own natural death. It would have been busy with industry while industry was still milling. Various mills, there was wire mills, flax mills, cotton mills, you name it, they did it. Now at this side you can see the cutting still remains. Now there is allotments. Now when this line was opened, that wasn't allotments, but that was still a bit of spare land, and our railway line went up the side there, up towards Pellon Station. So we've still got the cutting, which means all these walls down at either side are original. And there we've got our wall for the street, and if we look further down there we've got a retaining wall as well, which means we can see what is on the other side of this bridge. Now I can't see very well because I can't climb over there because of barbed wires, and I can't stick my head over because of barbed wires, but what I can do is put you over, and I believe it has been bricked up from what I can see. So I hope you got to look at that, and then you can see our fence much clearer from here, which would have followed round there up to but I think it's Pellon Station next, and then Pellon Lane, so we'll head up there now. Now we are following the Halifax High Level Railway. So far it's been in cuttings, and I've got inside what is left, well, of a cutting. This is Pellon cutting, and it's just as you exit Pellon Station, which means this behind me here is Pellon Railway Bridge, and we'll look at this in the next episode along with the railway station. And believe it or not, from here we go straight to that there. That's a bridge with a road. Well, I think it's a road or a pathway underneath it, but we'll find out. I will get down there because from here it goes to an embankment. And just to show you how close we are, that's the mains pipe going over there, and the bridge is just there at Pellon. So if you want to know more about this railway line, please hit like, share and subscribe. And just a little bit of banter on this one. What's amazed me is how many mills are close to this railway line, even to this day. They may not be functioning as mills, but the buildings are still standing. I've seen one or two in ruin. Hopefully they'll get bought up and renovated and be kept rather than destroyed. Down that way, away from Pellon, we've got another set of sidings coming up, a couple of major engineering tasks on this line, probably another 6 bridges to cover, and then we enter another cutting. Out at 3 miles, I think most of it is in cuttings, and yet it's called the High Level Line. If you do know why, put it in the comments and tell me. This is going to be 3 or 4 videos long, this one, so if you want to see any more about it, like I say, like, share, subscribe. See you in the next one.